right, so first play we're going to look at, 2nd and 2, one of the Patriots' first offensive plays.
I will say that the Patriots just now released a press release, and I just want to confirm the
Caden Wallace did make it.
Caden Wallace is on the Patriots roster.
Yes.
So Bradyn Swinson is not. So that's the big one here. Polk and Tavai go to the short-term injured reserve list. Polk's a noteworthy one.
Interesting for short term. Or Jalen Polk is interesting for short term, but it does make sense and is also in our view right now, either a vote of confidence in what he could be with more development, because we keep saying on this show it's ridiculous to act like this is a kid who doesn't have any potential and just sucks when he was thrust into a terrible position. So either they want to give him an opportunity to prove himself and add value on the trade market, or they want to legitimately see what he can learn and be in this offense, as well as providing them some insurance at receiver down the road. So it doesn't really disalign outside of Bradyn Swinson. It doesn't really fall far from what we expected, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hendrick Boyd, the team is different, but we figured he was going to be retained in some way. Jelani Tavai, injured reserve, we figured. Mm-hmm. We just thought that and also the fact that Jalen Polk wasn't put on injured reserve, we knew he was going to, but short term felt like a kind of far off because you have so many players at the position. Obviously, they just kept 8, although we think a trade could happen with Kendrick Bourne. Mm-hmm. How is that going to work out? So, it's not super far off. Bradyn Swinson is the one thing that I've seen where I'm like, oh, damn, that's crazy. But what about you? What here? Oh, also, obviously, Anthony Jennings making it is significant, but
there's 3 players on the roster that could easily be traded, I would say, by the time week 1 happens. I think that's the big takeaway. You look at Kendrick Bourne, you look at Anthony Jennings, you look at Kyle Duggar, 3 players who, even when we did our roster, when me and you did our roster projection before the final preseason game, we had none of those guys on the roster because we assumed Kendrick Bourne was going to be short-term IR. And there was a report that Duggar and Jennings could potentially be floated. So while they're on the initial 53-man roster, I just want to keep pointing out that this is going to be an incredibly fluid situation throughout the next 2 weeks. But they feel as though for now it's important to them to retain those guys rather than release them. I think they know they have talent there. Because it could have been, it would have been easy to cut bait with Kyle Duggar and Anthony Jennings, right? Like, it's only money, and Jennings didn't seem like
we have to remember, like, this could just be they need more time.
Exactly. That's kind of the thing here too. But at least they see the value in cutting them. They don't get anything for them. If they hold on to them, they at least have flexibility and retain their rights. And then from there, you can make a trade happen, or you try and get the most out of these, these talented players you guys have, or these guys have. So I still think the biggest surprise is Bourne not ending up on short term, especially given the fact that we haven't seen him in almost a month. Like, that means that they expect him to potentially play within 4 weeks or trade him within 4 weeks. So, that's the big one. Besides that, Marte Mapu makes a late push. Good for him. I didn't get my hot take right yesterday. Jack Conley was released. DJ James makes it.
Huge, man. Like, he wasn't really on my radar that much. And it's because he's like a tall guy, but he's very thin. And I also the only tape I had on him was when he was with the Seahawks, and they put him in the slot, which is like, think of a guy who's built, he may be thin, but like an Emmanuel Forbes, right? He's thin, but it doesn't mean that you should put him inside because there's a lot of different mechanics, right? You have to be very quick. You need to have great change of direction. And if you're built to be outside like a DJ James, it really exposed him. And they had like crossing routes and things where he would just get dusted because he had to play a 2-way release versus playing outside, where most of the time you have the sideline to help you. And seeing him back on the outside playing consistent snaps, especially with no Christian Gonzalez and no Carlton Davis, he really made the most of it. Like, he was competitive all the time. He gave up some plays, but there were very few days where I was like, wow, he got dusted. He usually, if he got beat for a touchdown in red zone, he would break up a pass or two. So I really want to credit DJ James, man. He has been very impressive and is the reason, along with Alex Austin's development, being an inside-out corner who has shown, I think, much improved awareness, both spatially and situationally. Those two guys really deserve a lot of credit for their ability to make pushes, and I think earn roles on this team. Like, I don't think DJ James is just going to play special teams. I feel like he's going to end up playing snaps.
I'm just reading more news. I didn't mean to not have anything.
No, you're good. I know we got to fill time, so I'm just going.
No, I appreciate it. I'm almost knocked over my my ironing board that's working as my my desk down here. But I'm just reading through here again. Jack Westover makes it. Obviously, we kind of expected that. I just
Amit's also we have to give Amit credit for DJ James. He put in the group.
Yes,
chat. DJ James. Amit was on DJ James from day one. So producer Amit.
Is Kendrick Bourne or Bradyn Swinson more of a surprise to you?
Bradyn Swinson, because we knew Kendrick Bourne was going to be on the team somehow unless he got moved.
Fair.
I think some people did point out that like Swinson was quiet. I thought that he was a really effective bull rusher, and that was a reason he felt quiet, because he wasn't just smoking guys in the way that shows up in highlights. But like I've also mentioned, it's a very deep group, and he wasn't a very effective. I thought he wasn't a net positive as a special teamer and had room to grow. And again, I think he can go to another team and be their third edge guy who earns extra snaps. But, I just didn't. This is a stacked unit, and Elijah Ponder was fantastic. And again, I think this showed that they meant it when they said that, like, no, Keon's going to play a lot, and we want to develop.